Today's VOD review is going to be a bit different. Normally when I VOD review a video, I try my best to find really good games or niche games that maybe they don't go onto the highlight reel, but they're games that were very, very well played and there's something that we can take away and learn from. But in today's video, unlike most VODs where there's something to take away in terms of maybe strategic decision making or very, very useful ways of, squeezing water out of stone, making the best of what you got, today's video is different. Today, we are watching a VOD review of some very spicy Chinese tech played by none other than Dish Soap. Again, Rank 1 North America somehow is always in the know when it comes to these kinds of things. But this VOD is just so interesting, where in today's video, we are going to be watching an incredibly odd approach when it comes to managing your economy in this very, very specific Chinese techie scenario. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get on to today's video. Alright, excuse me. Like I just said, we are now inside of Dish Soap's game. I do apologize, I might sound a bit congested or a bit like lower tone of voice, if you will. I was drinking with my mom and my little brother last night, and I drank definitely a bit more than I should have, so I'm a little hungover this morning. So anyways, that's not gonna stop us from making a fucking banger of a commentary. So today we are watching Dish Soap's game, and I might have said this in the intro, I don't know. I always record the intros like after I do the whole game commentary first, which probably isn't the correct order of operations, but it's just how I like to roll. So that's just where we're going with. But I don't know if I said this in the intro yet, but this is a very controversial game of TFT that we're about to witness and unfold, where Dish Soap, rank 1 of North America. He actually might be ranked 2. I think Jazz Latte might have overtaken him. I'm not really sure at the moment, but he just shows this incredibly, I don't know if I would say, you know what, I will say innovative tech that was brought to us by the Chinese server. China, as you know, Chinese servers really crazy when it comes to innovation and just, trying to create some really wonky tech and just like approaches to the game. And in this game, we're going to really see it here. We haven't seen it just yet though. So here we're going to talk about the 2 augments real quick. We got Gunner Crown, Buried Treasures, and Level Up. Gunner Crown is actually very possible from the spot. We do have a Jinx Warwick off rip. I apologize. That was my mother. I will respond to her after this commentary. But I left my keys over at the house. That's why I have to go pick that up later. I was actually locked out yesterday. Ridiculous. Anyways, enough about that. Gunner Crown, very takeable from the spot. We do have the Jinx Warwick from the orbs, so we do actually have 4 Gunner available to us because we also have the Trist on our bench. So we actually have a pretty decent Gunner, sort of 4 Gunner start. It's actually pretty strong. Sure, Gunner isn't the most meta of things, but we could just force Jinx reroll from the spot. Actually wouldn't be that bad. Level Up is available as well if we want to full open. We have a lot of good options here. Buried Treasure if we want to try to play standard, try to play whatever we hit, right? But I think Dish Soap right now is leaning towards the Gunner Crown because 4 Gunners in the early game is very strong. Does fall off in the late game. That's not because it's supposed to, but just because the numbers are bad, and that's just how the patch is playing. But let's just see what else he does here. He does, I believe, intend to actually re-roll Buried Treasures. Hits Golden Ticket. Now this is where the controversy begins. Now you might be wondering, like, why is Golden Ticket a controversial pick? Well, this is, again, like I said before, this is because of some new Chinese tech that have sort of evolved with Golden Ticket, and specifically with how 4 costs work. So you might be wondering, like, oh, is it like a Yordle reroll game? Well, kind of. This is actually going to be a Kale reroll hard force, which is already in itself pretty controversial because, like, Kale already fucking sucks. Like, we know, like, maybe you've been sleeping under a rock, but Toast, Disguised Toast, yes, him, he released a guide over on competitive TFT on the subreddit, and he actually gave a whole, like, 1st or 8th comp guide list as to, like, how to play Kale reroll. And, it garnered a little bit of traction, but at the end of the day, I think everybody realized that Kale reroll still fucking sucks. It's terrible. You can go first with it in the very high roll position, but it's very difficult to get those conditions met. You have to be able to hit that Kale 3 very early, have the Poppy 3 as well, play into the Demacia, and then fast 9 it. It's very difficult to garner up all of that economy. But if you're able to play Kale 3 at level 9, then only then we actually have a good time playing Kale. And what the Chinese have realized is that by forcing Kale reroll and utilizing Yordles with Golden Ticket, it's actually very possible to garner up the economy that you actually need in order to try and fast 9 after you hit the Kale 3. Now you might be going like, well, Kai, like, Yordles Yordles are not a thing. Like, they're not an economic... They are a thing, but they're not an economic thing. Like, we don't think about economy when it comes to Yordles. That was set 6. This is set 9. So, what's the difference? How are we going to use Yordles to our advantage? Well, what the Chinese have found out, and as we'll see as the game progresses, is that it turns out that when you sell a 4-starred unit, not a 4-cost, a 4-starred unit, it's very possible to just sell it. For whatever reason, the 3-star Yordle and the 4-star Yordle can be sold for different values. So what this means is that once you 3-star a bunch of units on your board, in this example, it's going to be the Kale, it's going to be the Poppy, it's going to be +1, probably the Maokai, because it's the other 1-cost is very easy to hit. But after we 3-star those, we can also 3-star Yordles, some extra Yordles as well, and then sell the 4-star version of them. So this is a little difficult to explain, but as the game progresses, we'll start to point it out a bit more as it starts to happen. But as you can see, he's holding on to all the Poppies, holding on to the Maokais, holding on to the Kales. He's going to 3-star all of these, but also holding on to the Poppies and the Kled. Or not the Poppies, sorry, the Teemos and the Kled. I mean also the Poppies. But by holding on to the Teemos and the Kleds, what we can do here is that we can actually, and eventually, hold every Teemo, hold every Kled that we see, and we'll just 3-star them. Just throw them onto our board, turn them into a 4-star by, you know, playing around with the Yordles that we have on our bench a little bit, turn them into a 4-star, and then just sell them. It turns out that when you sell a 4-star Kled, you can sell it for 53 gold. 50 fucking 3. It is so much money, which is absolutely nuts. So you might be going like, well, 53, well, sure, but maybe you have to roll a lot in order to try to hit the Kleds and the Teemos. Is that amount of money that you would have rolled, isn't that worse? Like, aren't you going to lose money anyways? Well, no, because the reason is, you're going to be rolling for this Kale, and you're rolling for the Poppy and the Maokais anyways. Like, these are already units that you're going to try to 3-star anyways. You might as well just hold on to extra units that you see on the rolls. So, not only are we going to pick up, again, the 3-star Poppy here, which is great, also try to pick up all the Kales. We're going to try a 3-star Kale, 3-star Maokai, very, very good. And we're actually going to keep rolling here to try and 3-star the Tristana. We're still a ways away. We're still, I believe, 2 or 3 Tristanas off. It looks like we're 2 away. So, unfortunately, we cannot 3-star her just yet. But once we 3-star her, we're going to turn her into a 4-star onto our board by taking in the Teemo, Kled, and the Tristana. And then sell the Tristana 4-star for extra economy, which is so nuts. I don't exactly know how much a 4-star Tristana goes for, but we'll see very soon enough. So here we get Big Grab Bag, Slayer's Resolve, and Salvage Bin. We do know we are playing around the Kale reroll, so Slayer's Resolve is actually very, very good from this spot. But we also have Salvage Bin and Big Grab Bag at our disposal. And we can just reroll the other two to see what we get. But it's very, very likely we'll take Slayer's Resolve. But I believe this augment's actually not very strong at the moment. So even though it would make the most sense to take it from this spot, we're actually probably not going to take it because I believe the stats are just really, really poor. And also it's just a very poor performing augment. So instead, we're probably going to reroll this as well. We get Combat Caster here as well, which I guess we could take. It doesn't work with Kale, which is pretty sus. But regardless, I mean, it's still a decent combat augment. It works with all our units. It's fine, I guess. It's like, it's kind of whatever. But nonetheless, we are now level 5 with Combat Caster Golden Ticket. I think I would have taken the Ezreal augment in that spot. But, I mean, it is what it is. I probably would have rerolled middle too. But, I mean, Combat Caster, I guess it's alright. It's definitely better than Three's Company. You're not, or Three's Crowd or whatever it's called. You're not using anything with that. And Salvage Bin makes no sense. We're not selling any of the we're not selling the Poppy or the Kale anytime soon. But here we get the Tristana here, right? So let's watch the tech in real time, right? So he hits the Tristana 3, and then switch out the Poppy. There you go. Can you figure it out? Oh. Huh? Wait. Is he just stupid here? Surely he's smarter than this. He just throws the team onto his board. Okay, so he messes up here. What you're supposed to do in this spot, you're supposed to put the Teemo on the board instead of the Poppy here, and then you sell the Tristana for extra economy. He doesn't do that. I think he just doesn't realize how it works yet. I think he's trying to figure it out on the spot because this is a very niche tech. Not a lot of people know about this. A little awkward that he doesn't get it right, but you know, it is what it is. Again, this is sort of like really, really new tech, so I don't expect people to exactly play it efficiently as possible, but like in that scenario, he should have swapped the Teemo and the Poppy. He would have been able to sell. Oh, there it is. So let's rewind it back. So Here we go. There it is. So now that the Tristana is now a 4-star, he can then sell it here. Look how much. Look at his money. 17 gold, 44. He this son of a bitch sold that shit for 27 gold. That is a lot of money. And he basically hit the Tristana for free because he was rolling for the Kales, he was rolling for the Malakais anyway, so he's just chilling here. So now he can just go level 6, and because he's actually only 2 off of Kled 3, what he can do here is that he can also start to roll. I believe he's going to econ up a little bit first, but he can also roll again to try to hit that Kled 3 and then sell for economy, and it's actually more efficient because it's actually costs him less money to roll and hit the Kled 3 than it is to just save your economy and level. According to Mortdog, this is actually not a... I believe this is intended. I'm not entirely sure if that's actually the case or not. But, I mean, to just, you know, kill the strategy, you just, you know, make the 3-star version and the 4-star version worth the same amount of money. That should be how it is. But unfortunately, that just isn't the case. So we're able to actually play around this sort of strategy. Again, he's not actually rolling down here because there's nothing else to roll for. He'd only be rolling for a single Kled and that's it. And if he misses, his economy's in shambles. So he's just going to save up and he's just going to econ here. And again, we're just going to keep repeating the process. If we see any Tristanas, we see any Teemos, we're going to just keep hitting them, trying to find them, turn them into a 4-star, and then sell them, make more money. And then it's just very, very efficient. It's just, in terms of money-wise, it's just you're almost better off just operating your economy in this manner rather than actually trying to save up and trying to hit these economic thresholds. So this is a very, again, controversial game. A lot of people were sort of saying that this is bug abuse, but this just is apparently an intended feature, like I said before. So don't feel bad about trying this out in ranked. If you happen to hit golden ticket at 2-1, it's definitely very, very plausible. Here, again, look at this. Watch his economy. He hits the Kled 3-star, or 4-star rather, 99 gold now. He's sitting at 99. He sold that shit for 53 gold. It is so, so absurd, man. It is so absurd. So now he levels to 7 here, and then he's able to throw in the Swain for Strategist, and now we are sitting very, very comfortable at level 7 for 1 with a Kale 3, a Poppy 3, a Maokai 3 on our board. Absolutely insane. Just to give you an idea, so like how disgusting this spot is, we have 3 3-star units. We're level 7, we're 50 gold. Compared to the guy, this is Giant Jeffrey who's across the street from us. And he has nothing on his board. Kaiso won Yasuo, won 6 challenge, I believe. Or maybe it was 3 Ionia of some type. He has nothing, 10 gold, very little to work with. And here we're sitting very, very comfortable on our Yordle throne. So here, 4-2 augments, well-earned comfort, cybernetic leech, and portable forge. None of these are that great off the bat. Cybernetic Leech is probably the best option just because we don't have any Omnivamp for our Kale, but we can also reroll Portable Forge and we hit Demacia Crest here. And Demacia Crest is actually really, really nice here because Demacia Crest actually lets us play into 5 Demacia. We just tag out of the strategies, we just drop the Swain, and we're able to play into 5 Demacia. So that both Kale and the Poppy both get Radiant items, which is really, really, really strong. So 5 Demacia, 3 Yordle, and we are being chilling. 59 gold, level 7 at fucking 4-2. It is so, this spot is so disgusting. And again, this is very, again, I don't know how people came up with this because you would think, again, because you're rolling for the Kleds and you're rolling for the Teemos, you would think that it's inefficient to be trying to do it in this manner rather than just saving up your economy. But again, it turns out that with golden tickets, this is very, very viable. Here, you might notice he's actually rolling on level 7 again. He's not even rolling. He's rolling because he wants an upgraded Galio as well, but he's also rolling for like maybe potential Gwens, potential Slayers, like the Zeds, and you know, maybe he's going to try to look for that 3-star Galio. I kind of doubt it. I think it's kind of a shit unit in general, but he can also just play a Lux instead on his board. The Sona is a decent decent substitute for the meantime because we don't need any more frontline. The 4-star Poppy rather, excuse me, is enough. 4-star Poppy with the 3-star Maokai, it is enough. We're chilling in the spot. But again, we're rolling on 7, not only just to find a couple more extra upgrades, but also because we do want to try to eventually try to hit this Teemo 3, as well as maybe Kled 3 again, so that we're able to sell it again and able to make even more money. Because again, this is more efficient than it is to just roll, or rather just save our money and try to push for level 9. So here, as we can see, he finds the Heimerdinger. Doesn't tech it in just yet because it's very, very expensive. But again, we hit Gwen 2 for fun, we hit the Sona 2 for fun, and we are just chilling at the spot. We actually make the Sona Spat, or not the Sona Spat, sorry, the Slayer Spat. Makes a lot of sense, just a little extra boost in our stats. But again, notice how he doesn't even put in the Gwen 2 in the spot. He's just chilling here with the Gwen 2 on his bench because he doesn't care. It's fine. We're just trying to roll, trying to hit the Kled 3, again, Teemo 3, and maybe even Tristana 3, and just sell these for economy and come back up. It's actually really, really efficient again because there's no Tristana reroll players. Also, on top of that, we do have the Teemos, we do have the Kleds. It makes a lot of sense for us to just roll the spot because we're just trying to 3-star things, and like, why not? You could make the argument though, he could have stayed at level 6 and rolled for the Kleds and the Teemos again. I don't know if that's any more efficient, but his spot definitely makes a lot more sense going to level 7 and then pushing his advantage, pushing his lead whenever possible, but also playing into the 5 Demacia and along with the extra Slayers. He could have maybe dropped a unit somewhere, probably dropped like probably dropped the Sona if he didn't hit the Demacia crest, but because he did hit it again, level 7 makes a lot of sense in this spot. The double radiant item is just too much value. Sure, slightly worse odds on the rolls, but still fine nonetheless. Here we see that he is now, 2 off Teemo 3. And you know for a fact, as soon as he hits that Teemo 3, he's not going to be playing that shit anymore. He's going to tech in the Heimer instead. And we're, again, smooth sailing. Not pushing the levels. Trying to hit these 4-star units. And it's just, this is such a dumb way to approach the game. It's very counterintuitive, I'm going to say. Very counterintuitive. It's low-key kind of stupid. Again here, let's just watch the money roll in. Hits the 4-star Teemo. Sells again, 32 to 85. 32 to 85. And he is what? He is 2 Kleds off of hitting another Kled 4 again and selling it in order to make economy. So here we actually push up to level 8 now. And because, again, we just hit the Teemo 3, so we don't really need to be rolling again now at 7 because we're rolling for 2 more Kleds, but that's it and nothing else. So it's very inefficient. We're better off just pushing up to level 8 and then trying to keep our economic advantage while trying to, you know, keep pushing this win streak as well so that we're able to utilize not only the money from the Euros, but also from the streak to keep this value up. Now, again, notice how he's rolling again. He's rolling just, again, trying to find some little extra value in terms of, like, maybe extra Kleds, but also the extra Tristanas, because I believe he's 2 off at Tristana 3, but also to look for Luxes as well, because you definitely want Slayer Lux over the Slayer Sona. The Sona isn't really doing that much for us. So here, as we can see, again, game's just going, and I feel like I'm repeating a lot of points here, but I think you get the idea, right? But taking account of how he's rolling at 7, he's rolling at 8, and he's like not really pushing level and pushing for that economic lead. Instead, he's just not trying to save the money. He just keeps rolling, which is, again, ridiculous. And this is, again, only possible because we have a golden ticket. So here we are saving up. I'm going to fast forward even further. I'm going to actually put on 4x speed because there's not much to talk about. He's just going to save up to 50. He's going to slow roll at 50 rather than trying to push to go 9. Because, again, he's 2 off Kled 3. He's 2 off Tristana 3. He might as well try to hit these last 2 4-stars. So it's only 5-4 into the game. Sure, we have approached into the late game, but 5-4, like 60, 70 gold, or sorry, 50 gold right now with like this many units on our bench, we have so much economy to work with. So here, as you can see, we're sitting still, not doing much. We don't have to roll because even if we rolled, we would actually break 50 here, most likely, if we were to try to find the 4-star Kleds. But I believe there's also 2 Noxus players who are also holding a lot of Kleds, so that's why we haven't rolled, but I believe they died this turn. No, sorry, they did not die. They did not die this turn, so actually we're not even rolling for the Kleds. Because it's going to be hard to hit the Kleds because the Noxus reroll players, and as well as any Z reroll players that might be in our lobby, that might be holding on to the Kleds, making it very, very difficult for us to hit. But because, again, giant HP lead, we're able to just, you know, chill on this board. We're probably going to hit the 4-star Gwen at this point. Notice how we do roll a little bit here. I'm going to put this back at 2x speed because, again, we actually hit the duplicator. This is stupid, by the way. This is dumb. Imagine Mortdog just came down from heaven and just gave you a blessing. This is what's going on right now. Because I didn't realize we were playing a fucking Targon Prime because this guy just got a duplicator. Guess how much this duplicator is worth? He doesn't have to roll for the Kled 3 anymore. Guess how much that thing is worth? Gets a duplicator. Oh, whoop-de-doo. 4-star Kled. Sells it. 140. 140. He went from 87 gold to 140. That duplicator. That one duplicator just was worth 53 gold. So here he's going to push level, pump level, go level 9. His Kale is now, again, 3-star, but it has all of the upgrades that it needs. It's impossible for him to lose at this point. Absolutely impossible. Texting the Heimerdinger as well. He doesn't have to hold on to the Teemos anymore. It's very unlikely for him to hit the 3-star Teemo anymore, or rather the 4-star Teemo again, especially with 15% 2-cost odds. And he's still holding the Tristanas just because he's kind of close, but he does not need to hold these Teemos. There's absolutely no point. And now we're sitting at a 5 Slayer, 5 Demacia board. And again, very controversial way to approach the game. A lot of people are thinking that this is bug abuse, but once again, according to Dish Soap at the very least, that this is not bug abuse and you can play this. There is a different bug that is going around right now. I'm not going to mention what it is, but that one is definitely, if you know what it is, you will get banned for it. This one, I don't think is bug abuse. I believe this is intended, so feel free, if you get a golden ticket at 2-1, enjoy your free first, hard force the Kale, try this out. Because again, this looks very, very fun and a very interesting way to approach economy when it comes to just utilizing the 4-stars and the way that the values work here. Very interesting stuff. But here, as we can see, they're still chilling here with what is it? How many? 8 Gwens. 8 Gwens here, doesn't hit the 3-star Gwen, which is really unfortunate, but still, nonetheless, play this game very, very interestingly. You know, and look, like the board, he's playing into a fucking Action Reroller with incredibly strong units. Not the best items here with the Ginsu Deathblade Hodge, but nonetheless, very strong board. Was able to top 2 with it, but was not enough to overcome Ditchso's board, and actually was not even close. So, I hope you guys learned something. Take care. I hope I don't see you guys in my lobby abusing this shit, because this is stupid. And, I'll see you next time. Take care. Happy climbing.